All right, welcome to Eagle Rants for a post-game review. Eagles, Dolphins, Sunday Night Football, debut of the beautiful, luscious Kelly Green Unis. Eagles beat the Dolphins 31-17 in what I would say is a nail-biter of a game. I know we won by 2 possessions, but that game, it was scrappy to say the least. So, Let's get right into it. So we were favored by 3 points, which honestly I was surprised we were favored for that game anyway. But I mean, we pulled the game off. From here, from what it looks like, Hurts, I want to give Hurts a B+ performance. I really do want to give him an A because he did show up when we needed him, but he did have 2 turnovers. He had the fumble and he had that interception, which the interception was batted into another defender's hand. Seems like it's a story of his life when it comes to the turnovers this season. But regardless, 8 interceptions this year through 7 games, that's not good at all. I know half of them were not necessarily his fault, but still, it's just ugly to look at. What's it called? Yeah, the interception was bounced into the defender's hands, taken to the house, which pissed me off so much. Honestly, I don't know why he didn't just take the sack there. I would much rather him throw it away or take the sack instead of costing us points. But I mean, we won the game, so that's good. He had, aside from the 2 turnovers, he had 3 touchdowns, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. He completed 74% of his passes for 279 yards. A.J. Brown ties the NFL record with 5 games with 125 plus yards in the air, tying Calvin Johnson. If he gets one more, he has the record. He had 10 catches on 15 targets, 137 yards and a touchdown. On National Tight Ends Day, Goddard had 5 catches, 77 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Smith, 4 catches, 49 yards. And Julio Jones, even though he only had 1 catch, a catch for 3 yards, he did see the field a little bit. I wasn't surprised he didn't get a lot of playing time because still getting to learn the playbook. But Nick Sirianni said he wanted to be careful with Julio, which kind of concerned me because we just signed him and he's already being concerned about Julio, which honestly I don't get it. But, it's good to see that. Our defense looked pretty good considering we went against statistically speaking, through the first 6 weeks, one of the best offenses ever, holding him to 17 points. Tyreek Hill, I mean, I already knew Tyreek Hill was going to go off this game. Tyreek had 11 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 6 catches, 63 yards. I mean, it doesn't come to a surprise. Tyreek Hill is just ridiculous. He's filthy. And there's just no way to contain him. The only person that was able to contain him was Eli Ricks. I think Tyreek Hill was targeted twice, while Eli Ricks was the primary defender, and 0 catches. Ricks held his ground. Good for him. Bradbury, on the touchdown at the end of the first half, I don't know why Bradbury was on him. And 2, I don't know why he was in press coverage when he was going to have safety help, because you just knew it was going to be a go route. Made no sense to me. I don't know why Darius Slay wasn't on him, because, sure, Darius Slay is, inconsistent as shit. But at least Slay is faster. So, yeah, there's that. We held him to under 100 yards, which I thought he was going to get over 100 and, at least a touchdown, which, he was close to it. But, Slay did get a pick, which I think at that point just changed the momentum of the game. So, thank God for that. And another thing, the Dolphins were the best running team in the league, and in the first half, we held them to -7 yards on the ground. And in total, we held them to 45 rushing yards on the day, which is great. Now, granted, we Granted, we turned the ball over 2 times. I mean, it's fine. We won the. Actually, no, we didn't win the turnover battle. What am I talking about? We completely shut down their strengths, which resulted in us winning the game by 2 possessions. I'm looking at the stats now: 199 passing yards and 45 rushing yards. Now, technically, Tua had 216 yards, but when you get sacked, that takes yards off. So, yeah, on the stat sheet it says 199 yards, but regardless, we held Tua to 216 yards when he averages 313 passing yards a game. This is, statistically speaking, the best passing quarterback in the league right now. We just held him to 216 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, and we sacked him 3 times. That's what I thought my key to the game was. If we get pressure to Tua, we should be fine, and we sacked him 3 times. And there was a stat on the that they showed on the game. Tua, when he gets sacked no more than 1 time, he's 16-4. But when he gets sacked at least 3 times, he's 10-10. Now he's 10-11. So that's like I feel like that's the kryptonite to the Miami offense, is getting pressure on Tua. Now, I mean, you can say that with every other quarterback, but I feel like with Tua, because he's not that mobile, as long as you get pressure on him, it should be good, because these Dolphins players are speed demons. It's literally the definition of Legion of Zoom. So that was good to see. We go on the defensive side. Fletcher Cox had half a sack. Jordan Davis had half a sack. Nolan Smith had a sack. Josh Sweat had 2 sacks. Hassan Reddick did really good today. He didn't have a sack, but he had like multiple tackles for a loss, which was great to see. He was coming off the edge, and that was important. It was a key reason why the Dolphins had negative rushing yards in the first half. In other news, Nick Castellanos and his son Liam were at the game, and they were playing Dancing on My Own. That was pretty sick to see. That warmed my heart a bit. So we have the Phillies tomorrow. If they win tomorrow and advance to the World Series, that will complete my week. The Houston Astros lost 9-2, so now there will be a Game 7, I believe, tomorrow. But I'm not going to get into baseball because this is an Eagle rant video. This will be primarily the Eagles and as well as other Philly sports. So overall, defense did a phenomenal job. They bailed us out of a lot of situations because, like I said, we had Hurts fumbled and he threw a pick 6. Not saying, the interception was well, I don't want to keep like defending him, but he we put the defense in like bad situations. We had the fumble, we had the pick 6, and the defense just did their job. Our defense looked really good this year. Is looking really good this year. Now, if we had Desai last year, I think we won the Super Bowl, because he knows how to make adjustments, and he did great with that. And we also know how to bounce back. Our play calling is still a head scratcher. Like the first drive of the game, it's like third and goal, and you result to the QB draw. It's the offense is very predictable, because I was calling I wasn't calling the plays, but I was predicting what plays were gonna happen, and certainly they did. Like the QB draw, I just saw it coming. Here's the thing. I don't want to keep. Hurts is great with his legs. I wish Brian Johnson can use him to their strengths like Steichen did last year, but at the same time, I don't want him to call design QB plays as much as Steichen did last year, considering we have $255 million invested in Hurts. But at the same time, I think Hurts is a good passer, but I don't think it's good having him throw as many times as he's been all season, because he's on track to have a new career high in passing attempts. And, like I said, because of that, he's turning the ball over a lot, which I think it'll be fixed. But I also think, I still think we're going to make moves. in terms of, in terms of the roster. Like, I know, like, our team, we were missing some of our guys, and so were the Dolphins. Our team did look good, but I'm not satisfied with the roster we have, and I don't think Howie is either. Right now, we've been linked to safeties for a while. For instance, Jeremy Chin, Kevin Byard, which is funny because before we signed Malcolm Jenkins back in 2015, a lot of Eagle fans wanted Byard, which would be funny because we had connections with Mariota, we got Mariota, it would make sense to get Byard, right? But in all seriousness, we have links to the safety position, and especially, like I said, Byard and Jeremy Chin. And apparently, Jalen Johnson, the cornerback from the Bears, he would be a great addition. Now, Josiah Scott and Eli Ricks did great today against the Dolphins receivers today, especially Ricks, because like I said, he was clamping Tyreek Hill up. He didn't allow a catch on Tyreek Hill from what I saw. But like I said, I really do feel like we should get, if we want to win the Super Bowl, or if we want to go back to the Super Bowl and be a contending team, we have to make moves, especially with the upcoming schedule after the Washington game. Because like I said, we have the Cowboys, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Niners, the Seahawks. Now, I'm not really that scared of the Seahawks, but I do feel like the Seahawks could make a run for our money. But in all seriousness, on the offensive side, I want to give him a B plus because, like I said, the 2 turnovers were costly. Defense, I'll give an A minus. There are some plays where I wish we could do a little better, but overall we did great. So, overall, this was a pretty good game. We started around, which I liked. So, we got the Phillies tomorrow. It's NOLA Day tomorrow at Citizens Bank Park. Best postseason record at home in MLB history. And it would only make... I really hope we win tomorrow, because there's no better feeling than advancing to the World Series at home with our home crowd. That'd be perfect. So let's see what happens, and we'll see if we play against the Astros and the Rangers. Either way, it'll be a good series. If we play against the Astros, it's a revenge tour. If we go against the Rangers, it'll just be a flat-out good series. Because a lot of people from what I saw on social media want to see a Rangers and Phillies series because of how entertaining both teams are. But anyway, that's a game for tomorrow. Good game for the Eagles today. And, go Phils. Hopefully we pull it off tomorrow. Let's see. And, I'll see y'all later.